Hello everyone. In this session, let us see about the Java architecture. So architecture means which and all components included in the working system. So all these components I have shown here. You can see all the things whatever are included in the working system. So it is like we will be writing the program means giving the instructions to the machine, and machine will be understanding that and it will be giving the output to the users. So we will be able to see only the instructions what we have written and what output it is giving, but we cannot see anything what is behind, means which and all components are working behind, that one we cannot see. So that can be explained in the Java architecture I have shown here. So here the first thing we can see, that is the source code, means the program what we are writing, means giving the instructions to the machine. This particular source code will be in the high level language. High level language means will be containing all the characters like alphabets, digits, special characters, all the things will be there. But what machine can understand? Machine can understand only the binary language, means which will contain the zeros and ones only. Always machine can understand the binary code. So all each and every instruction must be passed in the form of zeros and ones only. But if at all the things must be passed in the form of zeros and ones, I cannot understand that, I cannot write that. That is what the reason later they have introduced the high level language, which can be having the all type of characters like alphabets, digits and special characters, all the things it can have. But machine can understand only the binary language. So we need to convert here high level language to the low level language. Also this binary language also we are calling it as low level language, which machine can understand, but human can understand only the high level language. So we need to convert this high level language to the low level language, means this source code to the binary code we need to convert. So in between what and all components are included, that we can see here. So this particular source code will not be converted to the binary code directly. Internally it will be converting to the byte code. So here we can see whatever the source code we are writing in the Java programming language will be having the extension as .java. After one conversion it will be generating one more file, that is the .class file. So here half of the conversion will be done. So .class file will be generating. So here we can see compiler and interpreter. Each and every programming language will be having the compiler and interpreter. What compiler will be doing, these compiler and interpreter are normal terms every programming language can have. But what is the Java programming language compiler? That is Java C. What is the interpreter of Java? That is the JVM. These are the specific terms only for the Java, not for every programming language. But compiler and interpreter will be there for every programming language. So here Java C will be compiling your source code. JVM will be executing your particular program. So here for the Java C, input will be the source code, which will be in the high level language. So Java C, what it will be doing, like so internally some syntax will be preloaded in the Java. It will be checking whether programmer is following that syntax or any mistakes he has done. That particular one this compiler will be doing. Later, if all the compilation is successful, means no errors are there, it will be generating one file called .class file. In between, that is the intermediate one file will be getting generated, that is bytecode. That extension is .class file. So this particular bytecode will be given for the interpreter. Interpreter never takes directly the source code, it will be taking the bytecode only, means half of the conversion is done already. So what JVM will be doing is actual execution will be starting here. So JVM will be checking the logical errors. For you will be writing some logics in your program. That logics cannot be understanding by the Java C. That logics can be performed or not, only JVM will be checking line by line each and every logic what you have written, all the things will be checking by the JVM here. JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. So This particular one will be having the JRE and JIT components also. So this JRE, Java runtime environment, this is one component. So this is the runtime environment for the execution part. This will be providing the runtime environment, and this will be containing some inbuilt libraries it will be having. So all the things whatever inbuilt are there, you will be using in the program. So whatever you have used in your program, that libraries will be provided by this JRE. And why we have this JIT? This is the just in time compiler. So the same program must be executed number of times, so that particular execution will be done very fast by using this JIT compiler, JIT compiler we are calling it as. By using this one, your program execution will be faster. So always just remember that your program execution must be faster, because based on your program only user will be getting the response. So that response time must be very less. So based on that you need to write the program. So always think that how to give the faster response to the user. So from the front end, user will be giving some request, number of requests he will be sending. So that particular request must be processed in the backend and must be giving the response to the user. If at all your execution part for the backend side is slow, response also will be slow for the customer. So that is was the reason always you need to execute your program as fast as possible. So after conversion, bytecode will be converted to the binary code. Binary code will be in the low level language which contains only zeros and ones. So this particular binary code will be given for the machine, so machine can understand whatever the logics you have written in the source code. Directly machine can understand, and then machine will be giving the output. Whatever the logics you have written in the source code, based on that it will be giving the output. The machine cannot directly understand this source code, so that we will be getting the output. But here we can see only the source code and what machine is giving the output, only those two we can see. This and all internal process. So for the Java C, that is the compiler, always takes the source code as the input and it gives the bytecode as the output. And JVM, which is the interpreter in the Java, which takes bytecode as the input and which gives the output as binary code. So this is in the low level language which contains zeros and ones only, but each and every instruction whatever you have passed in the source code will be passed to the machine in the form of low level language.